All right, I'm going to begin a walkthrough of lesson 3.3 from the Algebra 1 STAAR study guide. Linear equations, it's kind of more of the same stuff we've been doing. We're looking at slope and y-intercept, in particular how we look at a graph and determine what it is, or how we just look at different points, look at the slope of certain lines. So looking down at the questions, we're going to be using Desmos again, which you're probably getting used to doing that, hopefully. They give us a set of points, and then they ask us which line contains these points. So first things first, let's type these points into Desmos. So we have 4, 1, put parentheses around it, and you can actually put 2 in the same line if you want. The other one was -4 and 7. Okay, so let's zoom out here and see if we can find. Okay, so there's our 2 points. So we're trying to find a line that goes here. So it's going to go through both those points. So we'll start with the first one: -3/4 x plus 4. Y equals -3/4 x plus 4. Oh, well, that's easy. We can see that the line does cross at both points. Crosses at 4, 1, and it crosses at -4, 7. Just for the sake of showing you what it looks like when it's not correct, I'll do one of the incorrect ones, but we do know that the first answer choice is correct. Let's do this next one: 3x plus 4y equals 8. And that's a great example. The slope is correct, but the line is not crossing through these points. So that would be no. But we already found the right answer, so we're looking at the first answer choice there. All right, now we go to the next one. So this one's pretty straightforward. Again, we're going to type this point into Desmos. Let's go back. It's 2, 1. And then we know the slope has to be m. So, or sorry, 4. The m has to be 4. So that means that right away, I can eliminate this answer choice and this answer choice because they have a slope of -4 and a slope of 3. So we're going to look at one of these: 4x minus 7 or 4x plus 7. So let's try 4x minus 7 first. Y equals 4x minus 7. Ah, there it is. It crosses directly through. So then 4x minus 7 is the correct response. Next couple are word problems. James walks every day at the same rate of speed. On Monday, he walked 3.5 miles in half an hour. Tuesday, it took him 4 hours to walk 28 miles. On Friday, he walked 56 miles in 8 hours. What is James' constant rate of speed? You can use any of these numbers to figure this out, but I think the easiest one is probably right here. We have 4 hours to walk 28 miles. So how many in 1 hour? So we just divide. This is not that complicated. We have 28 miles in 4 hours, and when I do 28 divided by 4, I get 7. You can just do that in your calculator. 28 divided by 4. You can use Desmos as a calculator as well. I don't know if I showed you that earlier, but down here at the bottom, you can bring up this little thing right here, and we can just type it right in here. 28 divided by 4, and it tells me it equals 7 right there. So then that's why it's 7 miles per hour. Now going down, this is taking the answer from here and applying it to linear equations. So it's the same information. What is the equation that represents his walking? Well, clearly 7 is the most important number here because we found that it was 7 miles per hour. That would be the slope of this relationship. And so that's why 7x is the correct equation. Now we're going to look at whether it is a direct variation situation. Direct variation means that the same number increases each time. So every hour he goes 7 miles. So that is, yes, a direct variation. Each range value is a multiple of 7. In other words, it goes up 7 for every single time I raise the x value. Number 6 is a graph version of the same relationship. So we know, again, that he goes 7 miles per hour. He is traveling in a positive direction. It's not down 7 miles, it's up 7 miles every hour. So clearly this is not right. That one goes up. So does this one. So the question is which, and then the last one goes straight across. That's not right. So it's got to be one of these two. So the question is, does the graph start here, down at 0? Or does the graph start up here? So in other words, does he start walking part way through his journey, or does he start walking at 0? And the answer is when you start from 0. There's no starting point beyond 0 when you are talking about moving somewhere, going somewhere, driving, walking. So that's why this graph, the one that crosses at 0, is the correct answer choice. And so that's pretty much what it is all about here with linear equations. So answer the questions and move on to the next video.